Hi everybody, it's Andrea, aka Violet Kitty 411, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who has been engaging with comments, likes, and subscribing. You know I do appreciate it so much as we enjoy the best game in the franchise together, The Sims 2. Now, as I'd mentioned in my last video, well, not my last video, which was the Wellerman video, but the one prior to that, I thanked E Street Angel for getting me my builds. I was just thrilled that I had them, and she suggested that people might enjoy some Sims 1 content from me, and so I'm gonna put it out there. If you think you'd enjoy seeing Sims 1 content from me, let me know. I'm actually gonna put a poll on my community tab. So anyway, let's get on with it. We are back in the building side of Old Town for another redesign, and this time it's going to be the only family out of Neighborhood 2. Hi, Daisy. So obviously there is only one family from the original Neighborhood 2, that is the Mashuga family. Frankie and Sylvia Marie have a lot of taste, none of it is good. But at least these two are friendly and fun and excellent neighbors, so everyone lets their questionable design choices slide. While he pursues adventure, she is in contact with your dearly departed. So here are Frankie and Sylvia Marie. She's an Aquarius. He is a Libra. According to SimPE, they are both arts and crafts enthusiasts. In TS1, Frankie is in the extreme career, which doesn't exist, so I have him in the adventurer career, and she is in the paranormal, even though she is not a college graduate, because that's fine. She can just be in paranormal. That's what cheating is for, right? Okay, so anyway, this family is pretty near and dear to my heart because my very first Sim ever was actually named Marie-Lise Overkarsh, and she actually used the same face as Sylvia Marie in TS1. So this is one of the few that I actually designed. I think it turned out very pretty. So yeah, that's Sylvia Marie. Frankie's got just a stock face. So here's the octagonal house, and I think that all of the textures were harvested by my friend Tazzy Luck from TS1, not the floors, but at least the walls. So it is pretty much a tile per tile, a little bit awkward because you just go in the round and there's not a good division of space. We've got this ginormous bathroom, which is almost as big as the bedroom. And so a lot of poorly used space. We're going to see if we can get a second bedroom and a second bathroom in. I feel confident that that's very possible. Of course, it does have some serious gifts with purchase because that's how I designed it. If you haven't been following the comments, I spoke how it happened was I would play an elder and have them just depreciate the house, and that's where we get the gifts. Anyway, so let's go ahead and put things into their inventory, the irreplaceable things, and spin for our budget. Now, because they are coming from a fully furnished house, but it is depreciated, my starting number is 1.5, which basically makes it about even. So let's go ahead and see what our budget is. And it's 1.5, not a problem. So I'll just go ahead and put those irreplaceable things into their inventory and get started on the redesign. Okay, so with a starting value of 37,739 multiplied by 1.5 to make up for the depreciation, we're sitting at 56,609. That's our budget. And so let's go ahead and evict them. They've got the gifts with purchase in their pocket, but everything else is going away. So I did actually have this house oriented incorrectly. I had it facing the newbie's house, but it really should be facing the bachelor house. So I did change that from the neighborhood. And yes, there is no front door. It has two side doors. I didn't design it. However, I did put it on a foundation, and I also gave it a more interesting roof. This is the auto roof, the short gabled auto roof, which is more interesting than the roof it would have come with, which of course was the classic shed hipped roof, but that's boring, so we put that there. I did lose all of my windows, and I don't know how that happened, but that's fine. I was planning on replacing them anyway. So let's go ahead and just create my tabula rasa, as you know I do love to do, because that makes designing so much more easy when I'm not being influenced by somebody else's choices. I am going to work just a little bit backwards to how I would normally work, simply because it is such a perfect octagon. I'm going to divide my space into zones and then kind of choose things based off of that. Now we had 4 rooms, a bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen, and a living room. We are going to have 4 main rooms plus 2.5 baths. So this is 1 bath, 2 baths. This is a half bath here. This will be a stairwell. Now we're going to remove this wall right here and this one here. This will be the main living area. Now I'm also going to remove this one right here. So this will be the master, the kitchen, and the secondary bedroom. So I've now fit in, where I had 4 rooms, I've now got 7 rooms plus a stairwell, because we will have access to at least the downstairs, if not the upstairs. Like I said, I was going to replace my windows anyway, and I'm going to put a front porch, such as it is, over here, and have my front door coming off this. And probably, since this is a kitchen, the side door will come off of this, and I'll do some different landscaping. Instead of having the pool back here, I'll probably put it over here, have our sculpture garden over here. Well, I mean, our topiary garden, I should say, over here. So we will be changing the landscaping as well. Okay, now it's time to take a look at the newly redesigned Neighborhood 2, number 9 Sim Lane. And the first thing I did, of course, was change the location of the front door, because it didn't have a front door. It had 2 side doors, which was very odd, but now it has a well-defined front door. We placed the door on this diagonal wall and gave it a solid front entranceway. Plus, I actually put a fence all the way around the yard. Nice, you know, kind of weird looking one, but it seemed appropriate, because they do have a pool, and if you have a pool, you should be responsible and have a fence around your yard. As I mentioned earlier, I did change the location of the pool to be over here, so it coincides with the other side door and the topiary garden over here, and added in a little bit of playground equipment. Not much. They can afford more later, but not right now. And to kind of give the feel of the whimsical windows that were on the original Sims 1 Mashuga house, I chose windows that have color swatches in red, white, green, and blue each, and put them in that specific order. And also these windows up in the eaves, mostly just for design effects, since they don't lead into anything. Now, I was not going for tasteful, I was going for Mashuga, so please brace yourself, but legitimately, I kind of love it. So we enter into the main room. We have got our entertainment area over here, as well as a bookshelf. Through this Moroccan arch, we have our stairwell into the basement. Little bit of a bar ski over here, and chess table over here. And I literally just found out yesterday, I never realized this, it does not matter the value of the texture you use on the ceiling, it ends up free. Legitimately, it ends up free. Now, if you do it with a populated home, it's 1 simoleon per tile, but if you do it in an unpopulated home, it's completely free. So have at it with that texture. All right, so through the other Moroccan arch, we enter the lime green kitchen. Your eyes are burning, I'm sorry. But we have a cat and dog fighting over a sirloin here. A lot of stuff from the Groovy collection as well as the Atomic collection. And then through here we get into our master bedroom, which is way too much romance all in one space. This is textures from TS1. A lot of pink, a lot of red, and easel because both of them are into art. Got the vibrating bed for them because their TS1 selves had it, and I didn't originally have it in this house because it didn't exist yet in TS2. The nice lip sofa. So they are meant to be deeply in love, so I figured this was going to definitely be their little love nest. And an Atomic bathroom. And again, having great ceiling texture. I am so happy I discovered that. So as we go back through Sylvia, Marie, and Frankie's bedroom, and then back through the kitchen, through which there is actually an exit onto the yard from there. In the main room, there are two other doors off the main room. One is a powder room, and it is in keeping with the same kind of textures, only in whites. And the other door is the second bedroom, which is currently set up for a baby that will certainly be coming along someday. And it's big enough to grow. And again, I just had fun with the ceiling texture as soon as I discovered that that was optional. And it has its own ensuite bath as well, echoing the same color hues, families with some yellows. All right, so the house comes in at $55,498, and the Mashugas have $56,609, so that'll leave them with just over $1,100 to work with. So let's go ahead and see what they think. Moving into our tacky little house, and they are a lovey-dovey couple. We'll have each of them use the toilet real quickly so that they can get that done. And actually, Frankie, we're going to have you call a service because I've got nothing better to do with my time. It's not like I have to call the headmaster today. Let's call the garden club. I don't have a huge hope of it, but there's a chance. Sure, why not? And I want to show you, like, this is his environment score in the living room, and that's her in the bedroom. Tacky, but they like it. And good job on discovering your love of arts and crafts all by yourself. That's great, Sylvia. And you've got work in an hour because I forgot to change their job. Okay, so let's wait for the newspaper, I suppose. Here's the newspaper. Great. And why don't you greet Alan with a kiss, kiss, darling. And Sylvia, we're going to get you into the paranormal career. Oh, and there is Saki. I feel like they would like Saki, but he can't really get that. No, Sylvia, I need you to take that job. Yes, Frankie, you want that job, and that's fine. And yes, Sylvia, you want that job, also fine. And Sylvia, why don't you open that? Okay, and Frankie, why don't we ask for Garden Club membership? Okay. And we've got small hope. Oh, look at this. Exactly 1111 for funds. Okay, we've got small hope of getting into the garden club, but there is one thing I can do. Okay, so basically I bankrupted them by putting a whole lot of these $5 little easels on the lot, and so we'll see if that helps. So in addition to getting them into better careers, I also put their skill levels up to what they need. Although Sylvia needs 2 creativity, Frankie, why don't you go downstairs and try your hand at some drafting a blueprint? And they're enjoying these super cheap little easels. She's enjoying our, oh good. She's enjoying that. He's doing a little drafting. He's now discovered his hobbies, which is great. And oh, like seriously, they don't like the flamingos. I have never actually had flamingos in the yard, so that's interesting. I thought flamingos would be good. And we've got some visitors. We've got the newbies and Michael Batchelor. How perfect is this? Okay, well, you know what? Frankie, you don't actually need creativity right now. Why don't you greet Michael, greet Betty, and greet Bob? We love Betty and Bob. Can't wait to do their house. Okay, there's Betty and there's Bob, and they really don't like the flamingos. I never knew that. Okay, flamingos. It's fine. Sylvia, you've got your required creativity. Is Sylvia Marie available to talk? No, but she wants a baby. We can probably make that happen, but not in the near future. Not today. But definitely it's in the cards for you. I've legitimately never placed flamingos, but we got into the garden club and got $16.95 in simoleons. Okay, well that's great. So let's go ahead and sell our little easels, which is what did the deal, and that actually brought us up to a nice total of, well, 1,100 more than 16.95, so 28, but once I get rid of all of the easels. Okay, Frankie was able to get into the diagonal bed, but Sylvia Marie couldn't get in until I moved this side table significantly. And I know I've used the side tables for other places. Maybe it just doesn't work with these particular ones, but he actually got into bed from this side and then moved over, and she wasn't able to do it. So I don't know exactly what the deal was, but the side table will need to be moved. Anyway, I think that that's probably good for our young, very romantic couple. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you soon in the pixelated world, and that's all I have to say. VK out.